What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Golf of America, man. I'm your host, Jason, and today we're gonna be swapping out the start battery on this Generac iQ3500. If you guys are new to the channel, this is Golf of America, man, and I am Jason, your host. Here at Golf of America, man, we're getting her done under the sun. We're fixing and making, shaking and baking. Make sure you hit that like button so this video gets out to more people. Ding that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Putting this battery out is pretty straightforward. You're just gonna need a couple tools. An optional tool here is a multimeter, because I always like to test out my batteries ahead of time. So let's go ahead and do that. Good practice. Test those leads, put it on the ohms, the resistance, you should have 0. That means that the electricity is flowing all the way from one lead to the other and back into the meter where it's taking the reading. Switch it over to your direct current volts, and we should have at least 12. We're not going to be able to test the amps, but at least we know it won't be dead, because there's nothing worse than taking the time to swap out a dead battery for a dead battery. Now we can access the battery by just opening up the cover. You can either use a Phillips head or a standard screwdriver on this, and a little rubber bungee pulls the battery out. They do give you ample room to get that battery out all the way, but when you do loosen up the leads, you want to make sure you don't lose those little backing screws. This new battery that I found, I got on the Home Depot website. It was significantly cheaper than the one that was originally in it. They wanted $100 for that one. I got this one at Home Depot, free delivery, $25. It's a Mighty Max brand battery. If you lose your little backing nuts like I did, don't worry. This battery comes with a new set of hardware, which worked out great. There was just enough teeth on the little nut to grab that bolt. On the negative side, I had to assist it with a pair of needle nose pliers, but it really wasn't that bad. If you take a look right here, you'll see a little fuse. This fuse could blow possibly, and that could be maybe your problem if your start battery isn't starting. I did do a video, I'll put a card up here, on servicing this generator, and I did go over how to check that. So if it's something you need to do, be sure you reference that video. Go ahead and put everything back together, and just like every time, we're gonna test that oil real quick, and then we're gonna give her a little test fire. Waste not, need not, guys. I'm gonna use some of that power to charge up some M18 battery so I'm ready for storm season. Check out my video on the M18 inverter that I use for backup power. Everything working as planned. I guess this job is done. From now on, guys, make sure you run your generator at least for 30 minutes every 30 days to keep that start battery charged. And I'll see y'all next time. I did get a question from Bo McDaniel asking about replacing the ignition coil. And although it is pretty straightforward, it's very hard to access this ignition coil. It comes with the coil, the lead to the spark plug, and then 2 little wires, but you need to remove the back housing of the motor to get to it. So let us know if you get that project done down in the comments below, Bo. Everything working as planned, I guess this job is done. From now on, guys, make sure you run your generator at least for 30 minutes every 30 days to keep that start battery charged. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.